Hi, this is Matthew Ventures.
And this is Chase.
And we are Team Lightspeed. Today we're going to be walking through a basic overview of our game, Lightspeed, in the Unity editor. This game is a multi-platform game, so we've designed it for the phone, mobile on Android and iOS, but we can also play it in the editor, and that's where we are now. So we're going to walk through just basically an overview of our game. Before we jump into the game, we want to talk about our goals. So the big goal for me was taking on networking. I had never built a network game before. Though I had experience in Unity, I decided that this would be an awesome project to sort of stretch that skill and try and create a network game. And finally, we also wanted to create an ad and currency system so that this game would be shippable and kind of a viable product if we were to put it on the App Store, which at the time of listening to this video, we will have submitted our game to the Google Play Store. And hopefully you'll be able to download it. So we're really excited about that. We'll send you a link.
So I'm Chase. I basically wanted to learn more about Unity. I used it a little bit, but I really wanted to build almost a full-scale game. I wanted to try to learn a little bit of every aspect of building a game that is actually deployable. So this included me learning how to do 3D modeling. So I created some of the assets on Google Blocks, and also learning how to do dynamic elements like animations of exploding asteroids, building simple AI for the AI players, enemies that you play against, and then just helping wherever I needed, and also UI and different elements like that. So I kind of wanted to get a holistic approach to creating a full-scale game.
This is the garage scene. It's the scene that the player starts off in, and it's where they can customize their ship. So they can earn credits by watching ads. So if you push the plus button here, an ad will show up when you're in the mobile, and that will earn some credits for you. So now I'll go into the customize section, and I can choose different hull types to unlock. So now I can add a weapon, for example. I'll throw on a cannon, and that can be used in-game to shoot projectiles at other players. Additionally, we have thrusters and armor. The last thing to note on this scene is that we have gyro support. So if we're on mobile, we want to push that and we'll be able to move the phone around live. Hopefully I can cut in some footage now of that. And the gyroscope will allow you to basically aim the ship while just moving the phone with your hands. Okay, so the last thing to show you is jumping into the game itself. So we're going to push start race, which is going to load us into a game with any other players active. So Chase, why don't you jump in? So this will be Matthew here. And then as soon as you load, we should see the scene reload. And this is our ready, set, go. And now we can see that there's a bunch of AI players here, which are on these are basically just this ship over there. And now I have the controls on the bottom. So that's H to hide the controls, which I'll press now. And then from here we have WASD to kind of shift our camera. And then our mouse directs where we're going to fire. If I want to use my thruster in the game, what I do is I just hold down the forward arrow, and that's going to add some screen shake, but it's going to propel us forward. The goal, of course, is to get to Mars over there, but while we're there, we could shoot planets on the way like this. So this is me exploding that, and grab that power up. And then we could also go out of bounds, and if you go out of bounds, basically, you start to lose health. Another thing to note is our arena is randomly generated. Basically, the planets, the meteors, everything is going to be randomly generated within that space. So what's cool about that is each time you play the game, it's a different environment. And while you're still within the bounding box, all of the planets and stuff, they're in new locations, which adds a new flavor to the game. So here's a basic overview of the scripting of our game. So first we have a singleton, a globally accessible singleton, which is called our local game controller. And that's basically the sort of master of the game. Our garage manager. So this is a bit of a beefy script, and it manages all of the loading and saving of new components onto the ship. However, we also serialize all of the player data, and that's done in our data manager. Okay, so here is the data manager script. So here's basically the manager, which will cover all of the loading and saving to file. It's saved local to the player's computer, basically how much progress they've done. And then each one of the different components is actually a Unity serializable data object. So this is the class which defines the data objects, which is here, the CS file. And then if we were to go into our project resources, we do resources load on all the ship components. So those are stored here. So for example, here's our thruster. And anybody can edit this. So this is basically what it's going to affect in the game. And it will tell you what prefab to load, which is basically just the model here. So what's accessible about this is any designer can basically add new prefabs to our game or new components. You just copy and paste this template essentially. And what's great about that is you don't need to know how to program. We want to thank you again for checking out our game.
Yeah, thank you so much.